behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Bash TV. Palm Bash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Bash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great interview coming up in just a moment or so. But don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons. You'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way when you click those. And leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And pay attention to the description part, because we're going to have content info for you, and it'll also be at the closing credits at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. From Fort Pier, South Dakota today, we have Hughes. Another awesome artist. I think you're really going to love him. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, another quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Fort Pier, South Dakota, we have Hughes with us today. Thanks for joining us, Casey.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you. Well, how did it all start for you? I mean, everyone has their own story. Maybe you always wanted to be one since you were a child. Maybe it came much later. I mean, tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear it.
I did do a lot of singing when I was younger. Loved to sing along to the radio or whatever. But for me, the music, playing music, writing songs, really came to a head about when I turned 21. I was by myself in Tucson, Arizona, actually Sierra Vista, Arizona. But I was there for my 21st birthday and decided to go grab a guitar from a pawn shop and started learning to play when I was about 21 years old. And then fast forward about another 10 years, I started writing songs and just kind of progressed from there.
Okay. Well, that's a great story, and I know you'll have many years ahead of you, so I hope you look there. Well, why don't you tell us about some of the influences you had? I mean, I'm sure some of the legends come to mind, but anyway, why don't you tell us about that?
Well, there's tons of influences for me. From when I was a kid, my dad used to listen to George Jones, and my mom was kind of a Michael Jackson, a pop fan, and my dad was George Jones, Buck Owens, so lots of older influences from both sides, all kinds of music. And then newer music, Sturgill Simpson and Cody Jinks, and it'd be hard to not say that those guys are very much an influence as well today.
Yeah, okay. Well, those are great bands, and of course, you mentioned like Buck Owens and George Jones and Michael Jackson. So those are great artists, and as I said, they're legends in their own right. So, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about how we can find your music? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's on all streaming media sites, but are you on social media? And do you have an official website as well? Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I don't have a website. I'm not very smart when it comes to internet stuff, but as far as social media, I do have about everything, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, an X account, and it's all under the same name, Casey Hughes. And but yeah, and as far as streaming goes, you can find me anywhere you can stream music.
Okay. Well, go check them out on all those streaming media sites and also social media sites. Look up Casey Hughes. I know he would love to hear from you. And we got this song coming up in just a second. I think it's called Memories. It sounds self-explanatory, though, but tell us a little story about this song. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, well, it was about a couple houses ago for me, but my wife and I, we flip houses, or we had in the past, but my kids were young in this last house we were in, and we had this big, like a crabapple tree that was full bloom in the spring, and my kids were sitting there playing underneath it. It was just a really pretty day out, and my kids were grabbing rocks and bringing them up to me, and I thought, man, they're just like I am, they're interested in the same things I am, and it got me thinking about how I'm like I'm like my parents as well. And so the song kind of just progressed into a storyline of how my kids are like me and how I'm kind of like my dad, and it's just the way things go in life.
Yeah, I really love this song, and you guys, you're going to love it too, and we're going to get to that in a second. But Before we do, Casey, we thank you so much for coming on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Sure.
All right. Well, here it is, Casey Hughes with Memories, and it begins right now.
Pick up every rock I see. Been doing that since I was 3. Now my kids do it too. They're a lot like me. I love a fishing rod in my hand. Yes, I got that from my dad. My grandpa did too. There's worse habits to have. Man, all those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me. Even when I'm down, bring me around. Full of highs and lows, the in-betweens. All those memories. Kids are a little older now. Just like me, they're both hell-bound. The teenage years are tough. Just keep your feet on the ground. I was for sure my father's son. I had to do everything he'd done. I was just like him, trying to have some fun. All those little memories, yeah, they always seem to get to me. Even when I'm down, bring me around. All the highs and lows, the in-betweens. All those memories. Now my kids, they're all grown up. My oldest, she's so damn tough. Got one of her own, and the times are rough. He says he wants to be